Next, on the world's most amazing videos. Raging wind. Boiling rock. It's the fearsome power of nature's fury. First,
you ready to get east? Get east.
A monster tornado turns buildings to kindling.
Wow, holy s***.
Then takes dead aim at some storm chasers.
Okay, go, back up.
And casino gamblers take a dive when an earthquake rocks the house. Plus, a blizzard of sand storms its way through the desert and swallows a city whole. Then later, Hurricane Katrina wages war on New Orleans, unleashing a flood of destruction. These are the incredible true life stories of people who face their most desperate hour and live to tell about it. Everything you are about to see is real. Real people, real danger, real excitement. Get ready to experience the thrill of a lifetime. You are about to witness the world's most amazing videos. Tonight, nature's fury.
Ellis County, Oklahoma. A massive storm has set off a deluge of tornadoes across the Great Plains. More than 100 reported in 48 hours. Storm chaser Reed Timmer heads for the heart of the mayhem.
It was a huge supercell, and it looked like an atomic blast had gone off. The clouds were, just rock hard, just exploding.
Another cyclone is forming several miles away. With his partner Joel riding shotgun, Reed sets course.
You ready to get east? Get east. Reed, we need to get.
By the time they reach it, the funnel has ballooned into a raging F4, the second highest rating possible. Winds top 200 miles per hour.
We have a monster tornado!
As Reed drives directly toward the deadly twister, Joel panics.
Hop up here on the shield.
Okay, I got it. Reed, stop. It's right here. Guys, right here, get ready.
Reed starts filming, while Joel takes the wheel.
Okay, stop. Okay, we gotta go.
Suddenly, the 1,000-foot cyclone hits the road.
Wow!
And accelerates.
Please, we're okay. Strong tornado, Reed. I know. Back up, back up, back up. We're fine.
The tornado kind of snaked up above us, and then we realized that the tornado is heading straight towards us. It's within 100 yards away, and then we have seconds to get out of there.
Joel floors it in reverse.
No, it's good. Keep going.
But Reed still wants a clean shot from outside.
There it is. Hey, stop. We're good.
It's a reckless move.
Don't go. Don't go.
The funnel surges again from 50 yards away.
Shut your door. Shut your door. Shut your door. Okay.
The men beat another hasty retreat.
Back up.
Finally, the tornado slows and begins to dissipate.
Okay, stop.
The storm chasers can hardly believe they came through in one piece.
Hold on.
We were in a near-death situation there. If we had waited there another few seconds, our car could have been airborne. Then, we'd be done for.
For Reed, the close-up was worth the risk.
That's how you storm chase, right there!
But for Joel, it was a nightmare he never wants to relive.
Reed, we were way too close there. Okay. Yeah, we won't be doing that again. Yeah, we will, Joel. That was perfect. That was fine.
Despite their differences, they both know they're lucky to have survived the wrath of a killer storm.
Okay, go, back up. Back up.
Phuket, Thailand. A family of tourists celebrates Christmas morning on their hotel balcony. They are blissfully unaware that in seconds, They'll bear witness to the worst natural disaster to hit Asia in over a century.
Let's look at that. You know. I know, I can see it. That wave is a good thing.
A monstrous 30-foot wave suddenly obliterates the shoreline. The massive tsunami was triggered by an astounding 9.3 earthquake that struck 5 miles beneath the Indian Ocean, packing the force of 1,000,000 atomic bombs. The megathrust sends walls of water rocketing toward the low-lying shores of East Asia.
That is very bad.
From India to Indonesia, Sumatra to Somalia, the scene is the same. Total devastation.
Everything's gone. Everything's gone.
And the waves continue rolling in.
Are they okay down there?
Whole towns are wiped out in seconds. Multi-million-dollar hotels are inundated by billions of tons of seawater. The injured flood local hospitals. It's a disaster of biblical proportions. As the waters recede over the coming weeks, locals hit by the epic tsunami will struggle to pick up the pieces. 2 million people in 11 countries are displaced. Billions of dollars worth of damage is done. And a shocked world will never forget the day the ocean swallowed the shore. Without mercy. Phoenix, Arizona. An apocalyptic fog has taken over the desert. It's a massive dust storm, 40 miles long and 1,700 feet high. Fast-moving cold fronts hit dry air, whipping up 50-mile-an-hour winds. The storm's outflow carries a choking wall of sand straight toward the populace. It descends on the suburbs, catching residents unprepared. Horrified motorists find themselves trapped on streets with near zero visibility. Pedestrians' lungs fill with filth as they race to get indoors. Even a veteran meteorologist is stunned by the wrath of the unstoppable menace.
When I saw this dust storm, it really did shock me. It was so ominous in nature, visually terrifying.
As the sky turns an impenetrable brown, the city becomes a ghost town. The only response people can make to a storm so vast is to hide, shielding their lungs from the suffocating debris.
In the event of a dust storm, we tell our viewers to stay inside. Don't drive out in it if you don't have to. It's not good, obviously, to breathe in that dust and sand.
The terror lasts for more than 2 hours. But then, rain arrives to wash away the dirt. The air finally clears, revealing there were no casualties in the smothering disaster. But for a bustling metropolis built in the unforgiving desert, it was only a matter of time before they fell victim to nature's filthy underbelly.
Coming up, flash floods brutalize a city and crumble it to its foundations. Then, a hurricane in the middle of the ocean
It's huge out there.
Prompts a sailor to record his last words.
This is horrible.
And a remote river crossing sweeps a jeep toward a watery grave. Next on the world's most amazing videos. Back to the world's most amazing videos. Nature's Fury.
Quebec, Canada. 2 weeks of torrential rain engorge reservoirs to overflowing. 16,000 people evacuate as the onslaught rages in at nearly 20 miles an hour. With the force of Class 5 rapids, the flood guts entire neighborhoods. 8-foot walls of churning water overwhelm anything that stands in the way. The pounding flow chews away at the foundation of a bluff. By nightfall, the relentless surge undermines the cliff, and the buildings come crashing down. When the sun finally shines again, the devastation is measured in billions of dollars. Nearly 500 houses are destroyed or swept away. More than 1,200 others are damaged. The floodwaters eventually recede. But the carnage will linger for months after Mother Nature's furious rampage. The Atlantic Ocean. Hurricane winds batter the sailboat of Dom Me, who is attempting a solo crossing from Canada to Europe. Now, in the middle of nowhere, his only chance to survive is to lock himself in the hull.
Just praying we get a rescue soon. They must be sending a ship. It's been like 6 hours since
Even as the skies clear, an angry sea of 20-foot swells batters his boat. The galley slowly fills with water, threatening to sink the ship.
This is just horrendous. It's huge out there. I'll never survive on the deck. It'll be another 10 hours before a ship gets here.
Dom faces the end, all alone.
This is my last recording. Just want all my folks to know I love them so much, and I'm sorry I put them through all this worry. I'll make it through this, things are going to be different. Oh boy.
Hours later, Dom can hardly believe it when a Coast Guard cutter snatches him from certain death. Mother Nature lost her victim, but not her dark sense of humor. The following year, Dom's tiny boat washes ashore in Ireland, successfully completing the 2,000-mile voyage. But she had to do it alone after nearly becoming her captain's deep-sea tomb.
It's huge out there.
Kaynik, Alaska. Getting around in the remote tundra often requires driving through low-running creeks. Days ago, the men in the Jeep found a route across this watery passage. Now they're guiding 2 more vehicles to the other side. Josh Nadell is second in the caravan.
You want to be prepared for the absolute worst, but hope for the best. Alaska's pretty serious. You can get into trouble pretty quick here.
The men proceed with caution, but are confident they can make it. They don't realize that rising temperatures have spawned a rush of glacial runoff. What was a rocky creek is now a surging river. The channel quickly traps the four-wheeler in its furious grasp.
When we saw the Jeep floating down the river, it just complete shocked at what was going on.
That sucks. This is on. Oh.
Carried deeper into the wash, the men are in danger of drowning.
I thought they were going to die, honestly. I was like, there's no way these people are going to make it out here.
Even if they keep their heads above water, the icy temperatures could send them into hypothermic shock. Josh radios the occupants.
You guys still floating or what?
Suddenly, the Jeep strikes a shoal. As the torrent continues to rise, the men make a desperate escape out the back.
At that point, you know that you have to act quickly or something bad is going to happen. We're all in danger, really.
Josh works his way downstream to reach the men. Minutes later, they've made it safely to shore. The crew abandons the other light truck, not willing to press their luck any further.
There's one car down. There's the other one, leaving both here.
The water didn't look that deep at all, but looks can be deceiving. You don't want to mess around with the Alaskan wilderness because this place can kill you.
This treacherous creek crossing almost cost these frontiersmen their lives. But danger is never far away in the ever-changing Arctic wild.
Still to come, a water tornado slams a harbor, taking cargo ships on a whirlwind tour. And an earthquake pummels a casino until the house folds. Plus, a reporter is caught in hurricane winds and blasted toward a 5-story precipice. When the world's most amazing videos, nature's fury continues. Fury.
Marco Island, Florida. This tropical paradise is being shredded by Hurricane Wilma, one of the strongest storms ever to batter the Gulf Coast. With winds up to 125 miles an hour, it's on its way to becoming a Category 5, the strongest rating of hurricane. Just about the only people outside in this deadly weather are TV crews covering the destruction for the news. For freelance cameraman Eamon Nishaw, finding shots of nature's dark side has been easy. The hard part is getting back inside when he's done. His producer is carrying the camera when the outdoor hallway to their hotel room turns into a wind tunnel. The 160-pound man is thrown to the ground. The producer thinks he's getting spectacular footage until Eamon is blown against a flimsy railing. If it gives way, he'll have a 5-story plunge to his death. The producer quickly extends a hand and pulls his friend to safety.
I've been out in some heavy storms, but gale force wind is nothing compared to what I went into it. I don't know whether the wind just picked up as I came out or not, but it came right around the corner, caught me, and blew me right down, all the way down the balcony. I sort of used the railings like you'd use a ladder, but you're on the side. If those railings were rotten, I would have gone over. There's no two ways about it.
For the fearless newsman, it's a sobering reminder never to underestimate the awesome power of the elements. Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. Just before midnight, a crowded casino suddenly starts shaking, rocked by a 6.5 earthquake. These high rollers had millions of dollars in play. But no one's ready to gamble with their lives. They ditch their chips and dive for cover as 3-foot ceiling panels rain onto the floor. Thankfully, Lady Luck spares them all from injury. But the casino suffers several $100,000 in damages. These gamers are fortunate they didn't cash in for good. On a night when Mother Nature broke the bank. Just off the coast of Singapore, a fast-moving storm spawns a water tornado in a harbor loaded with cargo vessels. With winds exceeding 100 miles per hour, the sailors are trapped in its furious path.
Yeah, those guys must be scared like on the ships now.
Crews are left with one option. Take cover below deck and pray they don't capsize. From across the waterfront, horrified islanders watch the spout grow to 170 feet in diameter.
It's getting bigger and bigger, look.
Suddenly, it heads straight for a vessel.
It's going the ship.
The colossal force pivots the 10,000-ton craft around its anchor. Mariners cower in the hull as the ship is spun like a toy. Finally, the funnel releases its grip and drifts away. All the sailors survive this turbulent day at sea. But thousands are reminded just how helpless they are when caught in the path of a merciless storm.
Just ahead, a massive volcano blows its top and triggers a river of 3,000-degree mayhem. Then, rising floodwaters give a schoolboy a lesson in terror. And a tower is shaken to its core by a merciless barrage of lightning. That's straight ahead on the world's most amazing videos. Nature's Fury. Most amazing videos. Nature's Fury.
Auckland, New Zealand. A savage thunderstorm blankets downtown with torrents of rain. For the city's famous Sky Tower, it'll be an explosive nightmare. At 1,076 feet, the Southern Hemisphere's tallest structure is also its largest lightning rod. Window washer Clayton Jones was dangling halfway down the tower when the building received the first violent jolt.
I heard this massive bang. It was the loudest thing I've heard in a long, long time. And everybody was going, well, you're all right, what's going on?
But the bombardment is just beginning. Workers take cover as strike after strike rattles the skyscraper to its foundation.
Oh, it was pretty much like every minute. It was pretty constant. There was a good 8 or 10 of them within 15 minutes.
Altogether, lightning blasts the structure 16 times within 30 minutes. Each bolt is up to 60,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 times as hot as the surface of the sun. The unprecedented electric surge knocks out communications for much of Auckland. It also melts millions of dollars worth of radio equipment at Sky Tower. But incredibly, there are no reported injuries. It was a terror like Clayton Jones had never known. But looking back, it was also the thrill of a lifetime.
I like scary things. That's why I'm a height worker. Got to scare yourself at least once every day. That was my one for that day.
San Jose, Costa Rica. Heavy rains cause a series of flash floods. And a schoolboy's desperate trek for home leaves his life in peril. He tries to cross a crumbling culvert, but he slips in the raging current and plunges out of sight. Suddenly, he appears from underneath the wall, struggling to resurface. He pulls free and makes a fast grab onto an island of wire mesh and rock. With the river rapidly swelling, he desperately needs a way back to shore. Bystander Mauricio Chincilla springs into action. He gets a rope and has the boy tie it around his torso. Now, the kid must once more brave the rapids that nearly killed him. But the rope holds. And the boy is finally pulled to shore. He's wet, muddy, and cold, but alive. The roiling current could have caused drowning in as little as 10 seconds. Instead, he'll make it home after all, thanks to a quick-thinking stranger who pulled him back from a watery demise. Catania, Italy. Mount Etna, the largest active volcano in Europe, has been erupting with fiery fury almost constantly since 2001. But nothing like today. A violent new burst of liquid rock bubbles over the mouth at temperatures of 3,000 degrees. The relentless flow churns its way down the mountain. But its path is no accident. Locals have constructed channels to divert the scalding rivers of magma away from their towns. The bubbling brimstone adds to a lava field that soon stretches over a mile in length. But it doesn't reach any of the villages that rest in Etna's shadow. It's a welcome relief for residents, but a searing reminder that living near a volcano means constantly playing with fire.
Up next.
There it is, coming down, coming down.
A killer tornado swirls to life and savagely shreds the plains.
Look at how big it is.
Plus, a bad weather rescue goes awry when a tree shatters firefighters' plans. And later, Hurricane Katrina hits land, bringing with it a night of unparalleled destruction. When the world's most amazing videos, Nature's Fury returns. Now back to the world's most amazing videos, Nature's Fury.
San Dimas, California. A dramatic rescue is underway. More than 18 inches of rainfall in just under 48 hours has left streams engorged and roads washed out. Emergency crews get ropes and harnesses ready to reach a mom and her 8-week-old son, trapped on the wrong side of the surge. But as soon as they get on the rescue raft, nature seizes the upper hand. The violent rapids capsize the mother Erica and her infant William into the frigid water. Rescuers find them shivering on a sandbar downstream. The on-scene captain rushes through the raging current to reach them, while the mother hangs onto a secure line. The captain clutches baby William to his chest. It takes every ounce of strength to march against the mighty flow. And back to shore.
Go in the station and get the baby out of the boat.
It may be too late.
How long were you underwater?
EMTs find William hypothermic.
I'm a little concerned with his color.
But then, his infant cries signal the beginning of full recovery. Soon, Erica will be reunited with her baby. Thanks to the brave men who battled the elements to save their lives. North Greenbush, New York. Winds from a raging storm have rolled an SUV onto a sedan, trapping an elderly couple inside. Firefighters and police work to remove the vehicle's roof, when suddenly, they're dealt a harsh blow of their own. A fierce gale snaps the bough off a tree, striking the rescue team without warning. The force of the crash punches holes in the fire truck. And one branch strikes Sergeant Doug Pisner in the back of the head. Suffering a concussion, he has to pull out of the operation. But his colleagues are able to continue their mission. They detach the car top and free the couple, while a medic tends to the injured Pisner. He arrived on scene as part of the rescue operation, but he left as another victim of nature's fury. Manitoba, Canada.
There it is, coming down, coming down.
A tornado materializes before the eyes of some awestruck storm chasers. In seconds, the massive finger of God touches Earth. With winds over 250 miles per hour.
Look how big it is.
The weather watchers park their Jeep just 200 yards from one of nature's deadliest forces. Too close.
Gotta go!
The chasers rush for safety as the funnel gathers strength. Trees bend and break. And rooftops roll as the tornado cuts a half-mile swath across the landscape.
This is the most amazing tornado I've ever seen.
15 people are left homeless in the funnel's wake. But thankfully, no one loses their life on a day when the sky attacked the Earth.
Gotta go!
Coming up, see the devastating first hours of Katrina through the lens of a cameraman orphaned in the storm. Now back to the world's most amazing videos. Nature's Fury.
New Orleans, Louisiana. August 28th, 2005. It's midnight and business as usual on the city's famed Bourbon Street. But this is just the calm before the storm. A storm named Katrina. Night bleeds into day. There's 10 hours to go before the Category 5 hurricane hits land. Tens of thousands finally heed the mayor's mandatory evacuation call. But news photographer Doug Kiesling stays behind to document the destruction. It's a night he'll never forget. Just after 6 p.m., the rains come. As the outer bands of the storm sweep in, downtown New Orleans becomes a virtual ghost town, an eerie sign of what's to come. 12:15 a.m. Katrina explodes onto land. 125-mile-per-hour winds tear through the city. Heavy rainfall in low-lying areas quickly inundates the streets. Even worse, the waters of Lake Pontchartrain are already spilling over its banks. And with the average elevation of the city between 1 and 2 feet below sea level, catastrophe is imminent. By 7 a.m., winds reach 140 miles per hour. Not even reinforced office buildings can withstand the awesome power. Those still stuck in the city can only hope to brace themselves against the onslaught. By 8:30, Doug can barely see even a few feet ahead of him. Suddenly, he comes across a waterlogged resident who confirms everyone's worst fears.
I don't know whether that water's coming over that levee or what, because the water started rising so high in my 2-story apartment, I had to get out.
The levees have been breached. All around town, the water level is quickly climbing. Doug knows if he doesn't get out of the city fast, he could be filming his final moments on Earth.
This is really bad.
Canals overflow, and roads become rivers as the cameraman searches for a path out of town. When he reaches the interstate, he finds his escape route under 6 feet of water. Doug must backtrack and drive through debris-filled streets to reach an on-ramp farther west. But once again, he's blocked by the flood. This time, just a few car lengths from freedom. As the newsman navigates through increasingly submerged byways, he calls his contacts with an ominous message.
This whole place is going underwater.
Finally, Doug finds another entrance onto the interstate. He's on his way out, but not before getting one last taste of Katrina's ferocity. A downed tree blows right into his path. Desperate to evacuate, he doesn't even touch his brakes. In the coming hours, water continues pouring over the failed levees. And by the next day, 80% of New Orleans is underwater, with some parts as deep as 15 feet. The cost of the destruction will reach over $200 billion. The city that was once known for its carefree ways will forever be linked to a tragedy of epic proportions. Doug Kiesling was among the lucky ones to make it out of the disaster zone. but not before capturing the evolution of the most devastating natural disaster in U.S. history. A name that will live in infamy. Katrina.
They're forces that shape our planet. And forces that alter our lives. Some come at us with terrifying fanfare. Others strike in a gut-churning instant. We can try to understand them.
We have a monster tornado!
And do our best to prepare for them. But in the end, we'll always be at the mercy of nature's fury. Join us next time for more of the world's most amazing videos.